Welcome to the podcast. I would like to remind you to Wang Chung responsibly. Hashtag just saying. Have fun tonight. Wang Chung tonight.
You're high tonight.
I have no idea what that means. Not the high part. The Wang Chung part.
Wang Chung tonight.
Wang Chung tonight. I was going through like some 80s music, and
which we love.
Yes, definitely. And I remembered Wang Chung. Everybody have fun tonight. Wang Chung tonight. And I listened to the song, and I still can't figure out what it means to Wang Chung. But more power to him.
Have a great time.
I guess.
Wang Chung tonight. Have a great time tonight. Have good everything tonight.
Boy,
Shit.
I guess.
There you go, Wang Chung. Have good everything.
You ever wake up? Raise your hand.
Oh,
you ever wake up in
times.
like pain? Like I woke up in a lot of pain today.
You should see the pain she's in.
I'm in a lot of pain.
But wait, sorry. By the way, tonight my name is Cox.
Sean's name is Cox tonight.
C-O-X.
C-O-X. I'm Tara. I can't be anybody else. Sometimes I have trouble answering to that name. So, I'm going to do my best. Every show I still mess it up. Sean's doing this share a Coke with, and then it has the little name, so he wants to go by the name that's on the bottle that he buys. So today he is Cox. Last week, I forget who you were last week. Adam. Yes.
Before that, I think I was Aaron.
Yes. I can't keep track. They change every week, so.
I went to the little refrigerator at Walmart.
Yeah.
Where the Coke was.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't many Coke Zeros there, and that's the one I'm trying to stay with.
Yeah.
It was either Cox or a couple of Aprils.
Well, you could have been April and worked with the Ninja Turtles. What was her
Radical.
What was her April O'Neil? That was her name.
Yep.
I'm just proud when I remember something.
Yay!
That's all that is. Speaking of like nostalgic stuff,
It's fun.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but I see that like we film a video version of the podcast and we post it up on YouTube
every week.
So if you're listening to the audio version and you want to see what the hell we're doing, which is not much, you can go to the YouTube and check that out. But Sean was cleaning his basement, and I gotta say, he found 2 He-Man guys. He found the regular He-Man.
These are originals. And
the Skeletor. And he was showing me before the show, and I was like, this is really cool, because I used to collect this stuff too. And my mom gave them all away. Thanks, Mom. And,
Bitch!
No, I understood why she did it. She was helping somebody. Didn't have a lot of money and gave away all my toys. So, that's fine. But, so, I was telling Sean, I picked them up and I was like, ooh. It's like, I just remember them being bigger. And I said, maybe it was because my hands were smaller.
I was going to say, we weren't this size then.
Well, no, I hope not. It's glandular. I was always big. I've been 5'7" since I was born.
Must have hurt that vag coming out.
Oh, C-section. No, actually, I don't want to. My mom would flip out if she found out I was like, oh, it was easy pregnancy. I actually was a preemie. I was a month early, and I was
couldn't wait to get out.
I was only about 4 pounds. I almost died.
Aww.
I know. Bring the show down to a screeching halt. Kapow. I'm fine. A little. Allegedly.
Except for your leg.
See, well, yeah, I know. Except for, on my life.
So it was pretty cool to come across these old original He-Man figures.
Yes.
Original.
Yeah. Oh, well,
they're so original that his left leg's a little loose. So
I know. He's
a twitch thing.
He's got a little gimpy leg. What's that Seinfeld thing? Where Kramer was like, oh, I can't sleep with her. She got the Jimmy leg. That's what it was. The Jimmy leg. Yeah. And Skeletor. That Skeletor is the
battle armor or something.
Yeah, the battle one. where it's like He-Man can like punch him in the chest.
Yeah, it looks like there's a dent in his chest.
Yeah, and the thing will
It'll roll up.
Yeah, that's fun. It's fun.
What?
So.
Cox.
So. So
I think that'd be funny too.
Well, it's both funny and X-rated, which I can't
That's
say.
me.
I can't say sorry about. So
funny and X-rated.
Thank you so much for tuning in again. If you listened to last week's show, thank you, and if you didn't, please do so, because it was good.
And the one before that.
Well, people often go back and listen.
Kind of fun to listen to them at random.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have like, you don't really need to listen to our stuff in sequence.
No.
We're just.
It'd be kind of fun to just pick one from here and one from way over there and there.
Now we're telling you how to listen.
Over the past 3 years, we've changed the format differently, so like quite a few times.
Cox.
That's me.
Is that okay? I'm actually starting to take an issue with this because Cox is like a last name.
Yeah, I think some of them have last names because I've seen Smith. And I don't know anybody with that as a first name.
Okay, now they're just being stupid.
They're to be stupid.
I mean, come on.
Cox.
Come on.
I know of a guy with this name.
The last name? It has to be the last name, not the first name.
Yep.
Yeah?
Ronnie Cox. He was Lieutenant Bogomil on Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay. Sure. Why not? Sure.
He's the only body I know with the name Cox as a last name. But tonight it's my nickname.
That's Sean is Cox. All right. So do you want to get into the thing that you have, or do you want to save that for...
I'll do that in a little bit.
You do that in a little bit?
It's a new segment that I came up with the other night. I thought it would be a cool idea. And I'll go over it a little bit later.
That means that I am left to scramble
sorry.
on what I can do. So, now, here's the thing, you guys. You good folks out there. Normally, I come up with some show notes, and I send them on to Sean, and because he has access to a printer, and it's not that I don't, it's just that my printer has no ink. So I'm inkless. And I realized today, as I started to try to come up with something, because usually I have a time frame I like to get stuff to Sean by. It's like, 10 o'clock Friday, the latest, because I never know when you're leaving work. So I like to have it to you by the morning.
Well, on Fridays, always bet on me being there until at least 2.
All right. Well, I try to get it to you in the morning.
After 2 o'clock, it could be iffy. I could be leaving at 3, I could stay till 4.
I like to give you plenty of time.
Thanks.
Plenty of time. It's only courtesy. And as I
There's
started...
not much of that out there.
And there isn't. And
thank you.
And as I started to compose my list, I went, oh, snap, he's off today.
Yes.
So I said, well, that's out the window.
Sorry.
So now I'm stuck with...
That makes me want to check my emails, see if you actually sent
No,
them.
I didn't send anything.
Oh, okay.
So I'm I have older notes, but it's still applicable. It'll still work.
Anything works on this show. Just saying.
Just saying, anything works. I know, because I had a very simple week. So I literally have nothing to, like... Usually something stupid happens to me, or I do something stupid.
Gonna be stupid!
I know, and I have a story, and I didn't do anything this week.
Sounds like every day for me at work.
I woke up on, because we had Wednesday off for the 4th of July.
Nice little break up.
And I know.
Day off, 2 days.
I loved having the day off in the middle of the week. It was great. So I went to go back to work on Thursday, and Jay was in the living room, and I looked at him and I said, I just need a do-over. And he goes, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, I'm not sure that I lived my day off as well as I could have, and I would like another shot at it.
You always want a day off from your day off, no matter what.
Yes, I said I need a do-over on my day off.
I mean, you as in like all of us in general.
Yeah. So he goes, I don't think you can do that. He was right. I couldn't do that. I had to go to work.
Whoa.
I know. But, I mean, it was, my 4th of July was very, like, Jay had to work until about 7-ish. And then he came home, and we were faced with the obstacle of trying to find something to eat.
I always hated that obstacle.
Do you? No. It wasn't the usual.
That's pretty much what like every couple goes through.
No. That's what I was gonna say. It wasn't the.
What do you want?
What do you want dance?
What do you want? I don't know. What do you want?
It wasn't the craving dance. It was.
Craving dance.
The craving dance. It wasn't that. It was let's try to find something open. Because everything was closed.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so we were like, all right, let's try this place. Closed. Okay, well, let's call this place. This place was open, but they weren't doing takeout orders. So then we try another place. We ended up, it was a choice between like BK and Friendly's.
I would have went with Friendly's.
We ended up with Friendly's.
There you go. Good choice. You got more like different.
I guess,
options.
yeah.
I love the super melts.
Oh, and you know what he came home with?
Ice cream.
DQ.
Oh.
He was at Friendly's and he brought home DQ.
Traitor. You bastard.
Well, no, I want to say it's a traditional thing because we usually have that, but I mean, we don't do that every year. We might have done it last year and he was like, well, we did it last year, so we're doing it again.
Well, if you wanted to keep tradition thing, then I see that.
I don't know. But he apparently texted me while I was cleaning because I was cleaning while he was gone and I didn't answer the text. So he showed up and he goes, I got myself a blizzard. You didn't answer my text. And I was like, well, I was cleaning. And he goes, well, I got you a slushie.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was like a lemon lime slushie. It wasn't bad. I didn't know DQ did slushies, but apparently they do. Oh, by the way, DQ stands for Dairy Queen. I don't know if I said that.
No.
Not everybody knows. Like, we say things sometimes in Massachusetts, and we have slang for stuff.
Word.
And it's like people don't. They're like, what? What is that? Like
What the fuck is a DQ?
like dunks.
Disqualification?
Like dunks.
Yeah.
Dunks is Dunkin' Donuts. People call it dunks.
Donkeys.
Or donkeys, yeah. Anyway.
A few weeks ago, I heard that they were going to change that to Dunkin'. That's it.
They're just going to say Dunkin'?
Mm-hmm. I don't know when they're going to start changing all
But-
of them.
But it's already called Dunkin'.
I know.
They're just dropping the donuts?
Mm-hmm. Because of their big menu, like they
but-
got more than just donuts now.
But...
She's speechless, everyone.
Well, no, because, I don't know when this was. I want to say it was last year. They, like, started to drop stuff from their menu, like sandwiches and all kinds of other things.
Then they add, like, 3 others, like, 2 months later.
God damn it, Dunks. Anyway.
I don't know how true it is, but from what I last heard, allegedly, they're planning on just having it say Dunkin'.
Okay, well, screw them. Screw them. You know what? If you're too proud to keep the donut...
you and your dunk.
You're too proud to keep the donut in your name? Let's keep the D in donut, shall we?
No, we're not.
Put the D in donut. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right, you got notes.
I have notes. Let's transition. I don't have a good transition into this, so we're just going to do it.
Right.
Yes. As per usual, this is bathroom related.
Nice. Shit humor.
Well, no, it's not specific shit humor. But we do this a lot. And
We go to the bathroom a lot.
No. We do these stories a lot. All right, it's too much of a prelude. Here we go. What is the worst thing that's happened during a shower or bath? All right. Now here are the answers.
Getting your period.
Oh, ew! Shut Cox! Damn it, Cox! Why are you throwing that at me?
That wouldn't be fun to get.
I guess, but what? Like your first ever, or just in general?
Either or both.
Oh, Jesus!
All right. How about getting shot while you're in the shower?
What? I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with you. People are getting shot. They're going through cycle
You
changes.
asked what could be one of the worst things that happen while in the shower.
I guarantee.
That could be.
This is everything on here is so much worse than the things that you're saying.
Damn.
Okay, so here we go. I have really bad eyesight to the point where I can't see farther than the end of my nose.
I can't see
Your
a thing.
And I was showering one day and feel something on my foot. Thinking it was just hair, of course I can't see what it is. I brushed the hair off my leg and there was a scorpion just casually crawling out of the drain and up my leg.
Oh, fuck.
This is what happens when you live in Western Australia. We have terrifying shower scorpions.
God.
Australia, you may keep your shower scorpions.
Yes. That's worse than having a little spider in the shower.
Don't share them. We don't want them.
Keep them there.
You keep your shower scorpions. So I'm in the shower, minding my own business, washing my bits, like you do.
2 bits.
You know what? I just want to take about 3 seconds to enjoy that line. Washing my bits like you do. Alright, enjoyed.
Woo.
Soapy, awesome, clean feelings.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what is that? It feels hard and crusty and kind of scabby.
Right. I had an idea after you said hard, but
Mmm.
you lost me after that.
Yep. Alright, this is gonna get awful. So I pick it off and inspect, and all I see are wiggling legs from under my fingernail. I whip it into the shower curtain and run.
Good.
I run naked into the living room, crying.
Stricken.
I run to my boyfriend, trying to explain the terror I had been through. You found a tick? Where? Oh, gross. That's exactly the line. He wasn't much help in consoling me. I did find it again, and I murdered its evil face.
Oh.
I'm gonna murder your evil face.
Well, it's a good thing that she said I ran to him, because I'm thinking as a guy. And
I don't.
I'm cleaning my bits, so I'm thinking balls.
You know what? It could be a guy. I don't know. Hey, I'm equal opportunity.
Oh, me too. But
Ticks are equal opportunity, my friend. They don't give a fuck.
They're unbiased.
They'll go for you. Okay, when I was 8, for some reason, I thought it would be cool to take my cat into the shower with me.
Sure.
She definitely disagreed. She freaked out and bit me wicked hard on the nip.
Ow.
I feel like this person's from Massachusetts because they said wicked hard.
Wicked pissa.
Wicked hard on the nip. Oh man, I'm 26 now and still have a scar.
Oh.
Lesson learned. Well, that cat showed you.
There are some that don't mind water, but a lot of them don't like it.
They do not. A flying cockroach. The power was out in the bathroom and all I had was candlelight. The scumbag cockroach flew into the flame and put it out. I could hear the darn cockroach flying around. I ran out soapy and shrieking. That must have been horrible.
Alright, wait.
Okay.
Bugs like that deserve to fucking die.
Yeah?
If you're just in there with candlelight,
Yeah?
and they got all this room to fly and move around, and they go right for the fucking candle,
Well, you know,
they put it out on you bastard.
The lesson here is don't shower in candlelight. Wait till you get your power back.
Unless you really sneak.
I guess.
Then okay.
I threw up in the shower. That's terrific. And I have a great strainer type cover, so I had to mash the bits with my hands to get them to go down the drain. That is disgusting. Oh, well, you know what? From one orifice to another. I shat myself in the shower once. Thought it was a fart and got way more than I bargained for. I had to... Oh, my God. They had to jam the... Okay, they had to try to make it go down the drain. I guess if there was a time to shit yourself, the shower is the perfect place. Well...
Yeah. The second you do it, you can turn around and start cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta clean good.
My goodness. My father installed timers in the downstairs bathroom as a result of an unfortunate laziness of my brother and I, where we would constantly fritter away money by forgetting to turn off lights around the house. To counter complete darkness while on the bog, What? Where are you from? There were 4 small blue...
Is the Upper West Side?
I don't know. Upstate. Fluorescent lights on the wall running along the mirror. I was 17, my brother 15. We were alone in the house at the time. He had just gone to bed, and I decided to shower, then head off myself. So I'm halfway through, and the lights turn off. No biggie. I've obviously gotten quite used to it by now. However, when I turned around, I was met by a blue glaring face etched into the steam with the words, "I see you," scrawled below. I bellowed potentially, and the most... I bellowed potentially the most effeminate scream in modern history and sprinted to my room, stark naked, where I would stay petrified for the rest of the night. It later transpired that my delightful younger brother had traced the drawing earlier when he had been in the shower. 2 years on, and he still won't let me live it down. I got stumbled up by that effeminate word, and it took me 10 minutes to realize how to say it.
Welcome to my world on the show.
I know.
About time it's your turn.
A little over a week ago, I was just finishing up my shower. The door made of glass completely shattered and left me in a pool of glass shards. I spent the next hour picking little pieces of glass out of my dick.
Good thing you weren't having sex with anybody.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I was having a shower when a huge cockroach falls from the ceiling onto me. Upon my person.
Is this the same building?
I don't know. It touched my skin. I hate bugs touching me, and even more so a cockroach.
Don't you touch me!
Many screams followed. Panic sets in. I tried to escape, but slipped and fell on the floor. I hit my head on the toilet seat. My parents rush into the bathroom while I'm naked on the floor, crying in fear. And all I can see is the cockroach looking at me from around the corner. Giving you hateful, hateful stares.
What a little prick.
That prick-ass cockroach, like, ha.
Oh my god. And they hit your head off the toilet? What is that?
Yeah.
That's hard porcelain, isn't it?
Well, they hit their heads on the toilet seat. So plastic. Plastic.
Ouch.
Yeah, still ouch. Still ouch.
Ouch.
I once rode my bike 30 miles, came home, and immediately hopped in the shower. Lathered up with aromatic body wash and super delicious shampoo. Are you eating the shampoo? Don't eat it.
I'm licking it.
Conditioner and all that good stuff. Finished off and opened the door of the shower and immediately faint on the floor. I woke up on the bath mat naked. I guess my body was dehydrated. I'm sure, coupled with the fumes of my shower stuff. It was scary.
I can kind of relate to that.
Really?
4 years ago, I had an AFib.
Yeah.
And I blacked out in the bathroom.
Oh.
I was getting ready to go in the shower, get ready for work.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm laying on the floor. I think I came to a few minutes later. But I was naked. Laying on the floor.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have laughed. It was just like you were like...
No, it's
but
fine.
it was the way you said it. You were like, but I was naked.
So I can relate to waking up on the floor from kind of passing out.
Yeah.
Naked.
All right.
Been on medication ever since. Haven't had another episode.
Well, that's good. There was an earthquake, a big one. I was getting out of the shower at the same moment.
That's what she said.
It took about 3 seconds for me to realize maybe I should get under something. I decided to move. I slipped as I stepped out of the shower, and my hand went right into the toilet, which did not have clean water in it.
Was there pee?
It doesn't say.
Was there poop?
It doesn't say.
Something was in there.
It just said it was not clean water. You imagine what you want.
But at the same time, even if there was nothing, neither of the two in there,
Yeah?
you would think that water itself is never clean anyway.
Yeah. Not really while I was in the shower, but the dread upon realizing that your towel isn't there on a freezing-ass morning is really beyond compare.
I hate that.
Thank you. I love a nice hot shower, and especially in wintertime, it's great. And then friggin' you get out of the shower and you're blasted with all this cold air. You're like, oh! It's like I'm a polar bear. How are polar bears living?
I
This
like
is
you to know a
awful.
pole that quick.
Oh my goodness. I just had like a sneezing fit. Which thankfully you people missed. Oh my gosh. Now I sound weird.
Bless the fuck out of you.
Now I sound all stuffed up. Because I sneezed like 4 times.
Now she sounds like a before on the commercial.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. This is my call-in voice.
I'm calling dead today.
I can't come in today. I'm so sick.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, I'm so sick.
I remember you telling me before about those calls, and you like apologize.
Oh yeah, when I call in sick, I apologize like 8 times. I don't know why.
Because you think maybe it'll ease up the fact that you're not coming in, and they'll be a little more lenient on you.
I don't know. I just wholeheartedly apologize like 4 times. So I'm so sorry. I can't come in today. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's like, you know what? I'm sorry. Okay. So we're going to continue. My eyes are watering and everything.
Don't cry. It's okay.
No, I'm upset. It's awful. While I was taking a shower, the tub faucet flew off and nailed me in the leg, and then a stream of water coming from the now open pipe hit my testicles at full force.
Ouch.
It was not fun. It almost happened again the next day because my dad shoved the faucet head back on the pipe instead of gluing it on. I managed to dodge it the second time. This one is very short and to the point.
I guess.
Jerked off in the shower, got soap in my urethra, tears were shed. You know what? Sometimes I feel like we're doing the people a service here. And I think that's a good life tip for you guys. Careful in the shower. Get soap up there. It hurts, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to introduce... Cox has a new segment. He is going to introduce... I'm going to shut up and let him do it.
Now, I was watching one of my DVDs the other night. Our favorite film, Clue.
Best movie ever.
Damn straight. Damn Curry. And... and while watching it, I noticed some things about it that kind of... You know, the parts that would make you think that you weren't really sure about one point and you figure out another... Or you're trying to figure out the scenario if it's in like reality terms, not just a written movie. So it kind of gave me an idea that maybe we'll do a little segment on different movies here and there, and kind of break them down like this.
Okay. Keep talking, I'm just being stupid.
Don't am I stupid?
Yes.
Now, first one I wrote down was on the scene where they draw in lots for partners, or matches.
Yep. Which, quick PS. See, I knew we were going to have problems with this. Quick PS, I've only seen it one time.
One time?
But there is a deleted scene there.
I saw that one time myself.
Yes, and I'm like, where the hell is this scene? You can't find it. I've tried to find it on YouTube. I've tried to find it in the bowels of the internet. I can't find this thing anywhere. It's a scene right before when they go to draw the little lots or straws or matches, whatever they're called, to select their partners.
And when they recently released it on Blu-ray, you think they would have added that scene. But they didn't.
No, they didn't.
But we've seen it once, and I think it was on Comedy Central.
Yes, it was on Comedy Central.
And I've never seen it on Comedy Central myself, but I'm sure they played it before a few times, and I think you've seen it a couple times.
Yep.
And they never done it again.
Nope.
And that aggravates the shit out of us.
It does.
We want to see that deleted scene.
Because I feel like I'm missing something.
We are missing something.
Yes.
It's kind of like when you watch the trailer. There's at least 2 scenes in the trailer that you don't see during the movie.
Yeah. That's aggravating. I hate when movies do that. They're like,
They do that a lot.
Yeah.
Especially in the older days.
They really do.
All our classics from the 80s.
Sucks.
So, I was watching the scene when they're drawing the lots.
Yep.
And it turns out Mrs. White is with Wadsworth. Professor Plum is with Peacock.
Cock.
Yvette's with Mr. Green.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlett is with Colonel Mustard.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, we could get some other people and do this ourselves. And I don't think after trying it 15, 20 times, it's always going to be different. But I don't think it'll ever come out boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I'm sitting there thinking to myself, what are the chances that you got to do that once, and you're going to have a guy partner and a female partner to go search the house?
It's very rare.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, you have...
It can happen, but
yeah.
I think if we could try it 30 times, and I don't think it would happen.
The percentage would be low. You'd at least get maybe one or two.
Mm-hmm.
Not like every couple.
Yeah.
Ow, I'm in pain.
So you have like a guy, girl, guy, guy, girl,
Yeah.
girl. But not everyone
Right.
guy and girl. Next one I was looking at, when they're all separated and they're all in the dark, and the cop, he's in the house but he's on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you're thinking to yourself, it's quiet in the house, he's on the phone, he's whispering.
Excuse me, yep.
Whispering in the dark on the phone. You'd think a normal officer would be talking normal. But he's whispering. So during that time, Mrs. White is upstairs screaming. I think it's from the Jack in the Box.
Okay.
As an officer of the law, wouldn't you hear a scream coming from in the same place that you're in? Especially if it's a quiet house.
I think...
Wouldn't you hear a scream and start trying to run to it?
Oh, first he was locked in. So whether he wanted to run or not, he couldn't.
You still could have reacted to it.
I
So
suppose.
In reality, you think the cop would hear the scream just up the stairs.
But he was on the phone.
Whispering.
Well, yeah, he said, I'm in a big house. And you know that big, ugly house on top of...
Hello?
Yeah, I know. And then his conversation gets cut short for some reason. I wonder why.
So I'm thinking to myself, it's supposed to be quiet at that time. Why does he not hear Mrs. White screaming?
Well, she's all the way upstairs, too.
Yeah, but she screams loud.
Maybe he doesn't have good hearing. He's old. I don't know. I'm trying to defend this cop, and it's for no reason at all.
I'm just trying to look at these scenarios and think reality.
Oh, ow.
That's my point with this.
Okay.
Again with the screams.
Mm-hmm.
Cop doesn't hear the screaming upstairs, but yet everyone, when they're scattered about the house, including Mr. Green and Yvette, who are way up in the attic,
Yeah.
hear Miss Scarlet scream from the lounge after finding the motorist dead.
Okay. Excuse
So
me.
the cop can't hear Mrs. White at the top of the stairway. But Mr. Green and Yvette, way up in the attic, can hear her downstairs in the lounge screaming. What the hell? What the hell?
I have no answer for that. Because I was trying to come up with one to save the cop, and I got nothing. You know
I want
what?
to save the cop.
I was trying. You know what? He's just bad at his job.
I guess. Maybe
He
he
is
should go back to
horrible
Washington.
at his job. And you know what? It was very... Okay, you know what? He is horrible at his job because he was accepting bribes.
True.
That's true. Because in the end, we find out that... spoiler alert on a 40-year-old movie. Do not spit all over my curtain. We find out that he was taking bribes with Miss Scarlet.
Yes.
And so that she could carry on as her business. And when he was walking around the house, he saw things that were clearly illegal for
Yes.
back then.
Yes.
They were making out. There was like people having sex.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but back then...
I'll defend this.
Sean's on the defensive now. I'm sorry, Cox is on the defensive now.
Exactly.
So, but for back then, I mean, and they were drinking.
They're
I'm trying
adults.
to remember when Prohibition was.
No one's under 21 there.
Well, I know, but what's the timeline of Prohibition? And when
20s?
this takes place in what, the 50s
Yes.
or the 40s?
I think in the 50s.
19.
We know this movie back and forth, but we forget this part. I just remember them showing across the screen New England.
Okay.
So it's somewhere in New England.
All right. Well, let's let's run with the premise that alcohol was in fact legal.
Yes.
I mean that there was one guy who was clearly passed out, and he didn't even well, because he was dead, and he didn't even really look at him. I mean, if he had looked at him, I mean, and he got close enough to smell his breath, but didn't realize he wasn't breathing.
True.
So this guy is bad at his job.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the biggest thing we're gonna get out of this whole segment.
I think so. We're gonna
It's the worst cop ever. He should have gone on retirement.
This is the worst cop ever, and he could have stopped a lot, and he did nothing. Because who died?
Aside from boss.
No. Aside from the cop, after the cop arrived, the motorist was already dead.
Yes.
Yvette and the singing telegram girl. So that's 2 deaths he could have stopped, and his own. That's 3.
This is getting serious.
Yeah, so that's 3 deaths that could have been prevented if he had done his job.
True.
Case dismissed.
Oh, good. This is Quincy Court now. Now, here's another one that bugged me, too.
Okay.
People not knowing each other, but actually knowing each other. And then playing it off.
Okay.
If Colonel Mustard did it with Yvette at Miss Scarlett's whorehouse or bordello, why don't they actually talk to each other when Mustard arrives and in the library alone with Yvette?
Well, here's the thing, Sean, and this is very important.
They look at each other like they're total strangers.
Prostitution is illegal. Back then. Well, even kind of now. Depends where you live in. So, he can't acknowledge Yvette because that would mean, hey, we met at a whorehouse.
Remember when I fucked you?
Yeah, remember the whorehouse? And
wasn't that fun?
It was bad enough that, Mr. quote-unquote Mr. Body had photos of it. Delicto, yeah. So he had them in total position.
No one can get in that position.
Yes, they can.
Let me show you.
So, I mean, like, that's... but, I mean, like, everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
Mr. Green knew everyone.
Yes.
Because he worked in Washington.
FBI.
Yeah.
You should know everybody.
I'm trying to remember. Who was it? Christopher Lloyd's character. Professor Plum. That scared the crap out of me.
I don't know.
Professor Plum. I think he kind of knew. Didn't he kind of know Miss Peacock? He was giving off a vibe like he knew her.
Kind of, yeah.
Because she was a politician's wife.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's kind of like they all kind of...
Know each other.
Knew each other a little bit.
And then at that dinner scene, Scarlett was saying, I've certainly seen you before.
Yeah, that's right. Though you may not have seen me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because she's seen the photos, because she's a perv.
Well, supposedly that was done at her whorehouse or bordello. Her place of business.
Yeah, we never really got that. Like, was she running the place?
I think she was running the place.
Okay.
So she could have saw him and Yvette going in a room somewhere, and he didn't see her. But she's surely seen him.
Yeah, in the photos, too.
Later, Colonel Mustard admits to the encounter when the negatives are mentioned or shown.
Right.
And after Yvette screams in the billiard room and she's brought into the study, I showed this to you earlier.
Yeah.
If you watch her, Yvette, and Mustard standing next to each other when they come back into the study, she's very clingy on him. Like she's touching him and holding him as if they do know each other. And
my first instinct is that it's just because he's the closest guy and she's still a little bit terrified. But she does kind of like keep his arm a little, almost uncomfortably long. She holds it like Jeff Goldblum. She's holding that uncomfortably long. I'm sorry, I always go to Jeff Goldblum. He'll hold your hand.
He's the first one to pop in your head when it comes to that.
When it comes to uncomfortable touches, that's it. I feel like, I've said this before on past shows, I feel like Jeff Goldblum is the type of guy who would shake your hand and like hold your hand for a ridiculously long time, or put like a hand on your shoulder to the point where you're uncomfortable with it.
That happened to us.
Did it? Oh! Are you going to say what I think you're going to say?
Yes.
The car thing?
Yes.
Okay.
When we met James Best, who was Roscoe Pico trained.
Yes.
And Sonny Schreider,
yeah.
who was Enos.
Enos would not let go of my hand.
Mm-hmm. They both held my hand quite a long time.
And...
because they were, them, I didn't mind, but still.
Well, I kind of did.
Especially James Best, he's a great actor.
Yeah, and he's gone now, yeah.
Now I'm glad.
Now I'm glad I let him touch me.
I'm glad we shook hands for like 5 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
But after 30 seconds, it kind of feels awkward.
They're also Southern, so that was what I chopped it up to. It's like, oh, they're Southern. Some Southern people have that, extra hospitality thing. Mm-hmm. And he was being like a Southern gentleman, hey, holding my hand, sweetie, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I mean, he was very nice. I don't want to give a thing. Me
sweetie.
Well, eat a dick. I got sweetie. Take that, America. I got sweetie. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I was just like, oh, he's just being, a gentleman. But it was still it was strange for me because I was like, ooh, this is getting weird. And I feel like Jeff Goldblum would be that way too.
Now, when you compare what you've seen over the years, those from the South are more nicer.
They can be.
Come up to New York and Massachusetts, we're assholes. Huh?
Well, it depends.
Right here, we're assholes.
It depends. It depends.
You and I are surrounded by them, just going to work.
You run into the corn nuts no matter where you go. So what's next on your thing? Since I interrupted you.
Wanting to be together or not, or then not.
Okay.
Mrs. White says to Wadsworth, "One day when we're alone together."
Yeah.
Mrs. White, no man in his right mind will be alone
together with you. Yeah.
Well, later on, he says to her, "I don't see any light switches. Do you?" No, but there must be one somewhere. Mm-hmm. Will you go in there with me? No. I mean, no, thank you.
Yeah, and
so she says one day when we're alone together, she's gonna fuck his brains out.
No, I don't think it was she was gonna sleep with him. I think it was one day when we're alone together, I'm gonna get you, kind of thing.
I looked at it as I'm gonna fuck your brains out.
Well, I'm looking at it from a completely different thing. But that's fine.
But yeah, later on, he's asking her to walk into the bedroom with him.
Right.
And she yells no.
Well, the other thing is that if he had a sinister intention, maybe she, and I am just hugely speculating on this, because obviously I don't know. Perhaps, she had this thing where it's because she had threatened him downstairs, she was afraid he would do something. Listen, I'm gonna... Alright. You know what? As a woman, we are just always conscious of rape.
Yeah.
You don't want that situation. And it's no. I think she was being extra cautious and a wise chick. She knew damn well not to get in the same room with him, especially in the dark. Plus, he's super sexy. Maybe she couldn't keep her hands off. She's like,
That's what I think.
You're super sexy. And he was widowed.
Yeah, the best looking guy here.
He was! He was the hottest thing in that movie. Jesus.
Next one is a butler that doesn't know his way around the house.
That was a point I was going to bring up when you were talking about the light switches. Mm-hmm. Because it's he's in there and he's like, I don't know the light switches. I don't see any. But it's it was his house. He should have known where the light switches were.
Yeah. And after the singing telegram girl is shot, Mrs. White screams, and Wadsworth is running around to help her.
Yeah.
But he doesn't seem to know his damn way around the upstairs. And then he ends up in the shower room and turns on the shower.
Actually, you know what I just recalled? I don't know if we can... Okay, because when they were downstairs...
Yes.
They were talking, and he said, "Is this seat for you?" And then Wadsworth says, "No, I'm the butler." And someone says, I feel like it was one of the women, who says, "Well, what does that mean? What do you do?" And he says, "The butler is head of the kitchen and dining room. I keep everything tidy." Mm-hmm. So maybe he never went upstairs. He never ventured out much beyond the kitchen and dining room.
What kind of butler is he?
I don't know.
He buttles around the first level.
He buttles around. He only buttles 2 rooms, Sean. But he knew where everything was in every other room.
Yeah.
Downstairs. So I feel like he should have known.
Yes, he should have. He should have known he knew about all the secret passages.
He did.
You think he'd know the upstairs?
Yeah. All right.
Next one.
That kind of poops on my theory. But that's fine.
6 murders.
Yeah.
It really takes 6 murders to be serious?
I know. When the 6th
Not
person...
serious after 3?
When the 6th person... It should have been serious after 1.
Maybe 2.
2 is like... There's something going on here.
Yeah. That's when it gets serious.
But when they find the 6th person... Who says it's getting serious? It's getting serious. It was Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wadsworth. He's like, ooh, it's getting serious. It's like, well, no, it was serious long before.
Yeah. Long before you just found the singing telegram girl laying on the
long
porch.
before, yeah. It was serious after your boss died, although maybe he was happy about that.
Shit, I would be too.
Yeah, I mean, since supposedly he was in servitude to him.
Make him and his wife work as slaves.
Yeah.
Is he dead or not?
I like how you have little titles for these things.
I do.
It's like chapters in a book.
Professor Plum checks on Mr. Body and assumes he's dead.
Yep.
Well, why don't you try checking for a pulse or a heartbeat?
He never really checked. He just kind of looked at him and was like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he tries to listen to his chest, but he's not really hearing anything.
The guy has on 8 layers of clothes.
Check his breath with a little mirror or a pair of glasses to see if he's breathing.
You know what? There's a main artery right here.
Yeah.
Just do that. You can feel his heartbeat.
And search his
right
body.
Here, too.
Search his body for a gunshot wound.
Pinch right there.
The pinch.
Yeah, he had no blood, which I think is why they were like, oh, he's poisoned. No.
No, they didn't really check his body for a gunshot wound. They just assumed that it went past him and went to the wall.
Yeah.
There's a chance it could have gone through him, in him and out. Exit wound.
Yeah.
And could have gone into the wall. But no, they don't see it on his chest or his head, so.
Yeah.
But yet, way later in the movie, Wadsworth points out the bullet grazed his ear.
Right.
So you knew all the time?
I guess.
You couldn't point that out earlier?
And there was actually even a little bit of blood on his ear.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
That's one of the disappointing things about the movie for me is the lack of blood.
No,
they were trying to keep it a family movie and PG.
I guess.
Fuck that.
Well, no,
I mean, blood.
Well, no, I mean, like.
Attention, Ryan Reynolds. We want blood.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is gonna maybe do a Clue remake, and Sean and I are kind of tense about it. Well, I'm tense. I don't know about Sean. We did a whole segment on that. Might have been earlier this year, when we talked about if we were casting for it, who we would cast.
Mm-hmm.
And because I have a feeling it's going to be one of those things like Ryan Reynolds is probably going to cast himself as Wadsworth, which is probably the most important role of the movie to me.
I think Ryan Reynolds would be a good Mr. Green.
Probably, yeah. Maybe.
If anybody, I'd say Mr. Green.
See, well, because Wadsworth at the end has this big soliloquy, this big thing. I mean, he basically runs down the whole movie in 5 minutes. And where it's such important and intense dialogue, I think Ryan Reynolds probably wouldn't be able to resist giving himself that role. And it's like,
But he should test out Sean Pertwee.
I would vote for Sean Pertwee. I like the Perts.
He's good on Gotham.
You know what? I'm actually going to...
Make him a little funnier, similar to that, Alfred, and there's your Wadsworth.
Okay, here's my top 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Oh, I'm going to go 4. Top 4. I know that's weird. I should have 5, but I got 4.
This is your list. Do what
you
like.
Sean Pertwee.
Yes.
Right? Benedict Cumberbatch.
Sounds familiar.
His most famous thing is probably Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
But he also does Sherlock. Holy shit, that's a good show. So Benedict, Tom Hiddleston, just because he's Tom Hiddleston, and Rupert Evans, who I also enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
These are all people who have been on my desktop wallpaper, and poor Sean has to look at it every week and go, "Who's that one?"
Who's got the bulge in action now?
Oh my! Well,
I'll find out later.
yeah.
I'm gonna do like 2 more,
Okay.
and then we can stop, and I'll do the rest next week.
Oh, you can keep going if you want.
Moving on. Why aren't you approaching her?
Yeah.
When Miss Skylar's pointing a gun at everybody, except Wadsworth, because he's standing behind her, a few feet behind her. He's just standing there and smiling.
Yeah.
And for a second, because the camera's focused on Miss Skylar, so that it kind of blurs out the background.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it look like it's not Tim Curry standing there. He kind of looks like someone else, like a double.
Yeah.
But why isn't he sneaking up on Miss Skylar to disarm her?
Maybe he's just like, let's see how this plays out.
That's how he looks.
Because that's exactly what I would do. Let's see how this plays out.
In reality, if I'm behind somebody holding a gun and they're aiming it at like 6 other people, I could be creeping up on that person to disarm them and save the day. But no, he just stands there.
Hanging to the right. So, oh, I'm in so much pain. All right, so thank you so much. We will see you, well, not see you, but we will be back next week with another great show.
Yay! Go us.
Sean's got something to tell you. I get to shut up after I tell you, may all your problems be someone else's. Have a great week. Till next time. Sean! Cox! Sorry! I do it every
Cox! Have a good everything. If you buttle, make sure you know your way around the house. Upstairs and downstairs together.
Yeah.